Hi everyone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use a couple of more resources. These ones are the one that I'm going to go through now is going to be for Infobase. So we're over here for literary criticism, and just as a reminder to log in and find the login and password, you click on for login and password information, click here. And that is only available to Wayne Hill students and staff who are signed in. So we click on Bloom's Literature on Infobase. And I would have to do the login and password. But it's correct. Remember me, so I don't have to keep logging in every time. And there's a whole bunch of information. So there's a lot of resources available on here. You can do an ebook collection. There's multiple subjects, science and math, history, streaming video. We are searching for Bloom's Literature down here. Now, I can't guarantee every author is going to be in here or every book, but it does have a decent selection. So for my case, I'm going to do Great Gatsby. That's what I'm using as my example. And here we go. Look at all this good information. So I can narrow my results. I've got biography, characters, encyclopedia entries, essay topics, how to write about an entry, all this good stuff. So maybe I want to just learn how to write about the Great Gatsby. That looks fun. So what I would do is I would click on the article I want, in this case this one, and then I can either print it, I can download it. I like downloading because downloading means I have access to it anytime I want, which is down here. So now just open that and ta-da, there's Bloom's Literature. I can read this, I can print it out, do whatever I want with it. The other options I can do is I can cite it. I can click on this and it will give me the MLA format. So I can cut and paste this into my bibliography, which makes it super easy. No excuses for not doing that correctly. I could have this read aloud to me if I want to close my eyes and relax. So I can listen
How to write about I, the Great Gatsby/I. Reading to Write heralded as one of American literature's foremost masterpieces.
And so on and so forth. I can also save this to my Google Drive. I'm a big fan of saving it to your Google Drive because you will always be able to get back to it. So I can sign in with Google, and then it should theoretically allow it to continue in Infobase databases. Yes, I'm going to allow this. And now I'm logged in with Google. I must also log in with my username and password, which I'm going to log in there. And now everything should be linked. So now if I want to save it to my drive, theoretically should save it right to my drive as a Google Doc. Saving. It just takes a second to do it. And now I can see the record on Google Drive, so it'll actually take me straight to my Google Drive if I click on that so I can find it later. And here we are in my Google Drive, and I should be able to find my article. Infobase databases makes its own folder for me, which is very nice of it. And oh, there's nothing in there yet. How to write about the Great Gatsby. Sometimes it takes a minute or two for it to show up, but then there we go. I've got my whole thing, and I can go through it and read it and do whatever I need to. So let me get back to the actual thing. Here we go. And I can also highlight things. So if I turn that to on, I can highlight and look at stuff as I go. And there we go. So it's got all sorts of good stuff. So the other thing is if it's part of a book, I can actually look at over here on the table of contents and see, oh, how to write about F. Scott Fitzgerald. That might also be useful. So I can actually click on this and find another article that would then come into play that maybe I can use for my project. So depending on what you're doing, you can do all sorts of searches here. You can search for authors, you can search for books, like I said, you can search for topics, and you'll be good to go. Have